This episode of Nintendo Pow Block is brought to you by, well, you. If you want to learn how to support our family of podcasts, head over to patreon.com/bossrushmedia or search for us on the Patreon app on your smart device. Thanks for helping us build something better. Welcome to Nintendo Pow Block here on Boss Rush Games. I'm your host and like to excited Eddie V. Joining me is the one, the only Bossman himself, Mr. Corey Derrick. Hello, good sir.
Hello. I'm very excited to be recording at 10:30 at night.
And there, everybody, we got this DJ who loves to turn the tables. Like, literally turn the tables. Everybody, please welcome Daniel. Hello, good sir.
Hey, what's going on? It's the slowest, turntable possible. It's so slow that sometimes you're not even playing. You're just clicking through like an infinite loop of messaging. But yeah,
it's the easy version of DJ Hero.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, we hope that everybody had a great Easter, had a great weekend. By the time you guys hear this, I have celebrated my own birthday. I am 43, so hopefully you guys how am I gonna be fired because I just turned 43. Oh wow. But we do got a great show for you all. I'm gonna start with you, Daniel. How was your weekend?
It's been good. By the time people are listening to this, I'm going to Vermont for a couple of days to just kind of not be here. So kind of excited to go do something that's not my daily life for a couple of days.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Are you driving?
Yeah, so it's like 2.5 hours, so it's not super far.
You got a podcast lined up or like playlists?
I don't know. I don't. I actually somehow got through my backlog of podcasts, so I guess when I pass out sleeping tonight, it'll be surfing through the Apple Podcast browser thing to see if I can find anything.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Nice. How about you, Corey? How was your weekend?
It's okay. Just trying to. I'm really behind on stuff, and I'm trying to because we're having our team meeting on Monday, and I'm scrambling to write notes and write the schedule down. And thank God Stephanie is helping me out with all that, because my Stephanie has this half page of here's the schedule, here are the notes, and we're going to add notes as we talk about these things on the schedule. And it's maybe half a page. And by half a page, I mean, she created a table, and there's maybe a maximum of 100 words in this table of here's the schedule, here's what's going on, blah, blah, blah. I am sitting here like a crazy person. I have 13 pages of notes of things that I want to go over in a Google Doc. And I have it all typed out in the way that I would say it because I'm terrible at leading meetings. So, yeah. Yep. So that's how my weekend's going. And tomorrow, Sunday, we're going to my parents' house for Easter. So that's what's going on. We went to my wife's mom's house today for Passover dinner. So, yeah.
What is Passover? Is it a week or?
Yeah, it's so it's basically they celebrate Moses leading the Jews out of Egypt is what Passover is.
Yeah.
Some denominations of Christianity also celebrate it, but this is actually the first time Easter, Passover, and Ramadan all happen on the same week or weekend.
Oh, that's weird.
Which is crazy. So,
well, I think it's because March had 5 weeks, 5 Saturdays, I think, or 5 Fridays or something like that. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. What is time?
A flat circle.
Yes,
Yes.
flat circle. Yeah, I also this weekend I actually also started the Halo show on Paramount Plus because somehow we have it until April 28th, and I'm like, well, I kind of wanted to watch this, but I wasn't paying for Paramount Plus to have it, so I'll watch it. So it's
Okay.
Are
good.
you liking it?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's not like great TV or anything, but I like watching Master Chief shoot stuff and spoilers. That's what happens in the show.
It's ruined.
I know. Also, like it's weird because like when he has this the actor has the suit on and like the helmet on and like they're doing all the Halo things, it feels so much like Halo. But he's out of the suit a lot of the time too, and then it just feels like some kind of weird generic sci-fi show that
Drama.
like I'm kind of into, but not really. But then when he puts the suit back on, he puts the helmet on, and he calls the other Spartans in, and they're shooting elites, and you see the prophets floating around, and it feels like Halo. And then yeah, so I don't know.
It's
I went in with very low expectations, and so far it's beating my expectations for the show, which is a good thing. So
I know, like when Chris Evans was still Captain America, there was a s- like a certain number of scenes where he had to have his face visible, so
mhm.
his helmet would fall off, or he'd rip
mhm.
it off to catch a breath. So it's probably something like the actor was only willing to sign on if he got a certain amount of face time for the role,
Yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah, and that's been a big thing for that Disney's been wrestling with Pedro Pascal for the Mandalorian to the point where like
Mhm.
this season his contract only he's only a voiceover. And, like, at the
Yep.
end of the at in the end credits for each episode, it says voiced by Pedro Pascal. It does not say played by Pedro Pascal, which is also crazy because he only takes in the first season, he only takes his helmet off once. So, I don't know. It's crazy, but also the guy that plays Master Chief is, I don't know if you guys watched Orange Is the New Black at all?
I read the book and I watched 3 episodes.
Huh.
Does that
Well,
count?
there sure. Well, there's a security guard in there, and his nickname is Pornstache in the
Yep.
show, and that's the guy that plays Master Chief. And it's like you can kind of see it a little bit because he has almost the same haircut, but less less like fade straight up thing. It's more of
Uh-huh.
like a military crew cut type thing, but it's still like, man, I can kind of see it a little bit, but also that's probably those two audiences probably don't cross over too much. So
All right. Well,
yeah,
you were speaking about the Mandalorian that he's only a voiceover,
yeah,
Pedro Pascal.
yeah.
Hmm.
This
How
season,
did that
yeah, he's
happen?
they filmed most of the last season while he was doing The Last of Us,
Uh huh.
so he wasn't available to be in two places at once, obviously. So the stunt double is in the suit a lot of the times anyway, so they just probably figured they didn't need him
So,
to
but
Hmm.
be
he
there.
just went into the booth and did ADR and just
Yeah,
did the voiceover,
Yeah.
the
yeah,
voices and stuff. Okay.
yeah. So yeah, it doesn't matter anyway, right? Because they just put his voice in that helmet modulator thing, and because he doesn't take his helmet off, so you can't see his mouth moving. So they don't really need
Hmm.
to line anything up. They just need to make sure, the shot lines up with the words he says, and then they cut, and then so
Yep.
Okay.
I've also been watching that too. It's fine. I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't really think The Mandalorian's great TV from the beginning, but uh I don't know. There's a lot of Star Wars stuff going on right now. Also, side tangent, guys. New Indiana Jones trailer. Everybody get excited. Woo!
I didn't get a chance to watch it yet.
I didn't know that it dropped.
It's fine.
I know, Kurt. You said let's go, and I'm like, let's go where? What's happening?
Yeah, I retweeted the trailer.
Or you didn't tell me.
Well, it's
You
fine.
know when something,
You
Corey.
just you're I don't have to tell you that I retweeted something. You just see the retweet and
No,
you're like,
Corey. When you get hyped about something, you're supposed to say, "Hey, Ed, watch this," and
oh,
tag me in it. Like
Oh, yeah.
when you
It's too
get hyped
much.
for something, you're supposed to let me know about your hypeness so I could be hyped and watch.
Also, I looked up because like when we move, one of my dream things is to have like obviously like a office space for my own, but
Mhm.
also I want to hang up my favorite movie posters, which are the 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, uh, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, and Toy Story are like my three favorite movies of all time. So I was looking up Last Crusade posters today from like the original movie run.
Mhm.
They're like 50 and $60. Like gross. Get out.
Yeah.
Although I might just pull the trigger and do it anyway.
Well, for me, I did go see the Mario movie. We won't speak anything about it until the following week. Everybody, due to the fact that not all of us have seen it, there's been some people who have going to see it this week, and some people who may see it next week. So we're still giving it time. It just dropped. People who have seen my tweets and my response to it know how I feel about it. So I won't dive anything into that. Um I did, like I said,
We should do a
Monday
spoiler
hang
cast on that.
uh,
By we, I mean you find people who have seen it and do a spoiler cast on that.
so just right now, me, Lamont, and David, and no
Oh,
Shay seen
Shane
it
saw
too,
it today too.
and Mark and
Oh, well, look,
Stephanie.
there's six
Yeah.
people right there.
It's
So
plenty.
uh, so
Do it.
we'll see. We'll
The
see.
people are demanding it now.
Yeah. See, we already set it up. We already put it in people's minds. You have to do it now.
We'll see. We gotta give it time. We still gotta let people go watch the movie.
Um, have you seen all the other outlets already spoiling the entire movie before anybody got to the weekend?
Not surprised
Oh, look
or
at these
anything.
cameos. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Blah blah blah. That happens. Look, Bowser is silly.
So we will talk about it a little bit later, future and on Pow Block. Um, like I said, I did get to hang out with Jack Bro. Just amazing guy. Just like we literally in the bar could have been podcasting. If you put a recorder right with us, we could have had an audio podcasting for a good hour and a half and then put it out just straight natural and raw. We was cracking up. We was disagreeing about stuff, agreeing about some things. But we just had a literal ball. It's so good to meet him. Thought he was actually taller than me. Uh, and then I meet him, and I'm like, "Oh, you about my height? Oh, okay, that's cool." Uh, but yeah, super awesome, super cool dude. Um, just just an all around great guy. I was just like, I love him even more as a person and everything. So did that. Went shopping to JCPenney to get some Easter clothes, and there's a lot of blue and gray. And even though I like blue and gray, a lot of clothes from a lot of the bakers, uh, were just that was all the colors, like just blue and gray and some black. I'm like, y'all don't got no pink, y'all don't got no neon yellow, no green. They didn't have none of that. It was a bunch of dull colors. I'm like, this is this is depressing. I was just like I was trying to find like yellow shirt and everything, and I just couldn't find nothing. I'm like, we're in spring. Why do we have these dull colors? We need to be a bit bold, and just didn't have it. So I did find something for Easter. Uh just only had to pay like $35 in total. I mean, I was willing to spend some money, but they didn't have anything that I was looking for, and everything. I didn't want to look depressing for Easter, so I just decided to get something else. Uh, picked up my Harvestella from Best Buy, and just I got home and just passed out, just like literally laid down and was knocked out sleep. This Friday, or the weekend Friday. Other than that, yeah, just working and like I said, by the time you guys see this, I'll be already have celebrated my birthday. I do have a little bit of an idea what I'm going to do for my birthday, and everything, but by the time you guys see this, I haven't did it yet, but I'll tell people more about it next time we record on Pow Block. So
Intrigue. That's how you pull them in next time.
I know that the big market tease just happened, everybody.
It did.
yes, yes. But with that, everybody, it's time for Snacktendo. Corey, what have you been snacking on?
What have we been eating? So today we went to like I said earlier, we went to my wife's mom's house for Passover dinner, and we had some brisket and potatoes, and there's a bunch of other stuff there too, but I'm like really weird when it comes to food, and a lot of it's like traditional, like I want to say it's like traditional Ukrainian food, but like
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know because I'm terrible at this. So I just kind of stayed away from food that I don't really either A, don't like or don't know what it is. And they, I'm sure people are saying, "Whoa, why would you say that online?" They know, guys. I've been around for 10 years. They know. Okay. They know I don't like certain foods and they're okay with it. And I'm okay with it. So I had some brisket and some potatoes and, some matzo ball soup, and yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty
Was the
good.
nephews there?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude, the kids, man, because they're all old enough now, right? And
Mm.
the oldest nephew is like kind of like my son is coming into the age where he can like wrestle with everybody, and my oldest nephew is kind of like he's still in that age where he kind of wants to, but he's also hitting that age where it's like not cool to play with little kids, right? So
Mm-hmm.
uh yeah, he's like kind of on his way out, but man, when the four of them are together, man, you're just praying the house does not come crumbling down with all the noise and the jumping and the hopefully somebody doesn't hit their head on the glass table that's in the living room, or
Oh.
because like my mother-in-law has like all these paintings hanging up and a nice piano in the living room, and like just kind of like things, right? Like adult things that you would have hanging in your house, right? And
Yeah.
so uh yeah, we just really, because my daughter broke a giant wine glass a couple years ago, and that was kind of like, you know, ugh. But man, there's like the her coffee table in the one room is all glass, and like there's glass vases and just all kinds of things that if you destroyed would are not replaceable very easily. And when the four of them are together, you're just kind of like, ugh, ugh, ugh. But yeah, brisket was good.
That's good. Well, Daniel, what have you been snacking on?
So probably the only super notable thing, and this we were before we started officially recording, we were talking a little about Oregon Trail. So I've been trying to eat some weird things, so I have something to talk about here beyond like the basic food. So I went to this gas station today, and they had these strawberry cream pies that were essentially like Sara Lee or like one of
Uh huh.
those sort of things,
Yeah.
and like it was like it had strawberry in it, but it had the cream in it was like poison. Like it was the nastiest thing I've ever put in my body for any
Boys.
reason. Like
Oh no.
it looked like curdled milk like inside. It
Ew.
was just the worst thing. Like had we been in a different time period, I probably would have died of dysentery, just like an Oregon Trail.
Oh wow.
Oh
It was just so nasty, but I did it for Ed. because like he's always eating like the Sara Lee things and like Hostess cakes and stuff. So it was like I
Mm-hmm.
gotta do this for him, but I really it was not worth it.
You don't have to do it. You don't have to do it for me when it comes to your health.
I didn't when I bought it I wasn't thinking like this is gonna make me like toxically sick, but
Oh wow.
that's where it ended.
It's the worst. Ugh.
But now I know to never have that again. So like there's a silver lining. I learned something.
All right. Anything else?
Uh nope, just kind of the basic stuff other than that, nothing too exciting. Probably I'll have some interesting stuff for next week since we're gonna be gone.
Okay. Well, for me, was it Thursday? Yeah, it was Thursday. I went to Target and got this BB's pizza. It's a local kind of pizza thing that they sell at Target, and they got like long strip mozzarella for the cheese. So it's not the regular cheese like the thin ones and stuff. They kind of look like long noodles in a sense. So um I brought that home, cooked it, really good. I think mine was a little bit too soft. Because I didn't put it on. They were just like depending on your oven, you could put it from 20 minutes to 25 minutes. Um, and I just put it to 20 minutes, and let it start counting down. And then when it got done cooking, I let it stay in the oven for 5 minutes, so it get kind of like thoroughly cook and stuff. And part of it was crust, like a little bit of crispiness to it, while the other part was a little bit soft. But it wasn't raw or anything. The whole pizza was cooked, and it was a supreme. um so I cooked that. I ate 4 pieces and I put the other 4 in the refrigerator. Uh, and I think my mom, I think she smelled the pizza and got hungry. Uh, and so she took the pizza and she cooked it a little bit more instead of just, eating it. And I kind of, I got home Friday. Um, and I was just like, okay, I'll eat the rest of this pizza. And I kind of looked and like, something does smell like pizza. And I look in the, and I look in the microwave and I see the pieces like burnt so crisp. I was just like, wait a minute. Did did she just like really make my pizza crispy? Uh but I was just like, that's fine and everything. So that's kind of like really the only snack that I had. I know we are getting rid of our Easter candy soon, so that stuff will be going on sale in a couple of days. Um and Corey's gonna get on me because we talked about this on the latest Boss Rush Presents that you guys should be able to check out. But I we had the small tin cans Pepsi Peeps still left. And I'm going to buy some from work because I think the cans are like really nice and everything. And it's a nice looking box. So I'm going to definitely buy some uh, before they go off a sale. We have to ship them back. We don't have a lot of them, so that's why I'm gonna buy them and everything. Uh, it's just like 2 cases. That's all, because it's like 2 for $9 at my job. But other than that, nothing like really big or anything. I had some sushi with cream cheese in it. Uh,
Nice.
and that's pretty much it. Nothing, nothing big. Oh, I actually did have a poke bowl. Um, but I added like coconut ginger, some sweet soy sauce, pineapple, and some other things. So it was really, it was sweet, but it really was spicy and had a good kick. So I treated myself to that, and it was really good. really enjoyed it. So
After my strawberry pie accident, I was in another store and they had these fruit punch flavored peeps. And at that point, I was like, I can't commit that hard to this. Won't do it.
Peeps are bad enough when you start adding flavors to them. Just,
I know. It's
you
like,
should
what?
have took a picture and sent it to me,
no,
Dan.
no,
Hindsight's 2020 on that one.
Yeah,
no. I
you
think
know,
that's something we just let Ed go find on his own.
I
no,
know.
I think you should just be like, okay, I'm gonna message this to Ed. I will look and be like, okay, I'm gonna find that and go give it a try.
You know it exists. So that's the gift right there.
Yes.
If you want to be a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/bossrushmedia, and find out which tier is right for you. Our Patreon producers at the $5 tier or higher for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Christian S., Sana Dierig, Francisco Santillan, and Rebecca Jewell. Thank you for your continued support.
Well, everybody, it's time for Playing with Power. Daniel, when have you been playing with Power?
So, believe it or not, from this time last week, I have not beaten all of Breath of the Wild, but I did get a little further, and probably not going to say anything too original here that hasn't been said in the 6 years of it existing, but the scope of it is just so huge. Like, I found myself not really caring about the story and just kind of wandering around. And one of my big things about open worlds is that you're kind of wandering around and there's not too much to do. What you're doing is exploring. And the first time I was playing, that really it sort of confirmed that suspicion of oh yeah, there are so many places to go, but why would I ever go there? And this time around, I'm feeling like I'm finding more things of interest, so I'm enjoying it that way. But every once in a while, it seems like you go really far, you glide really far, and you find a farmer's hoe, and that's your reward for wandering miles off of the beaten track.
Mm-hmm.
But still really enjoying it. Probably get back to the story at some point. And then I continued with Digimon Next World Order, and actually I had my first generation of Digimon die. So basically, your characters survive for about a total of 2 weeks, and then they die, and they're reborn, and then you basically are starting from scratch, which is very, very strange. With slight level boosts. But I just had my first deaths, and kind of ripped me apart as a human. I haven't eaten since. I've just been really, really upset inside, and colors don't feel as bright as they used to be. But right before we started recording, my new ones were reborn, so I'm kind of seeing some light on the horizon. But it's gonna be a path, I think, to healing on this one.
Were you playing some My Chemical Romance before we started, and some
Oh
Linkin Park?
wow.
And
Yeah, Numb was just Numb was blasting in the background. Not because of that, because my fiance was listening to it, but it was on.
Oh, good times.
All right. Corey, what have you been playing with Power?
Oh boy. So I actually have been trying to find something that is scratching the Zelda itch, and I can't find anything. And I'm like, I mean, granted we're only what a month away at this point, but man, I need something to just do. So I've actually also been playing Breath of the Wild, but it's like I've done so much that I don't want to restart the game, right?
Yep.
Because I mean, I just have all those beautiful stats, all the shrines, all the Korok seeds, 100% map. You know, those numbers they don't get themselves. Okay, so I've just been kind of running around, and I've actually started hunting and mining to kind of upgrade armor sets that I have. I've also been like scanning my amiibo to make sure they still work for for when Tears of the Kingdom comes out, which man, by the way, I did not get that pre-order for the controller, so I'm pretty bummed, but it's
Say,
okay. I'm hoping they'll have another round go up. So
I'm
uh
hoping they have some of the sale just like straight from the floor.
yeah, I man, those are gonna be gone so quick though. I did manage to get all of the amiibo pre-ordered though. So I mean I had most of them already, but like I didn't have the
Mhm.
Majora's Mask or the Twilight Princess one or the Skyward Sword one. So I did get the Twilight Princess and the Majora's Mask. I know the Wind Waker one was pretty hard to get, but I already have those, so I don't need to worry about that. So I'm just like trying to gather my. I'm prepping. I'm really prepping, and I'm really also hoping that the Wolf Link amiibo works. And because I scanned it in, and man, just having that extra character that can like distract and hunt and do things for you is so vital to the experience. Like I mean, even if you can't get the amiibo, like I really encourage people to go at least track down like a NFC card that you can scan for the Wolf Link
Mhm.
amiibo, because man, it is such a useful tool in this game that nobody uses because nobody bought the game. Uh, so yeah, that's a big one. It's awesome. I think, man, Breath of the Wild, man. So it's such a great game. Uh, that I really hope Tears of the Kingdom improves upon this.
Yeah.
I also played some of the new Mario Kart tracks because I haven't been keeping up with Mario Kart. Because I actually thought Wave 1 was pretty disappointing and Wave 2 was not much better. But Waves 3 and 4 are quite an improvement over 1 and 2. And I use Birdo also because Birdo's in the game now. And there's also 5 new slots for characters, which I'm wondering what that's going to be like. I'm wondering if they're going to be like, when Pikmin comes out, I wonder if Captain Olimar is going to show up. I wonder if, an Advance Wars character or Kirby or something. I'm kind of expecting this to kind of transition into some sort of Super Smash like roster where like a couple characters from other games start showing up, but
We'll have
we'll see.
Sora from Kingdom Hearts, and
Yeah.
then
Oh
Byleth from
no.
Three Houses.
Yeah. Yeah, give me
Cloud.
Sora from Kingdom Hearts and Mario Kart. Okay, I did it
No.
once. I willed it into existence once. I'm gonna do it
No.
again.
Just a would Nintendo.
Do it.
You would it
Do it.
once.
Nope.
Just to
Do it.
keep it right keep it
Nope.
right
Do it.
there. We do not
Do it.
need Sora and Mario Kart at all.
They're having good luck with Jack Black being involved in stuff, so maybe he'll be a racer.
I did. It did cross my mind that the Mario movie characters would be the DLC for Mario Kart, like just those versions of the characters.
It's really possible, like
Yeah.
animated in that style. Like
Yeah.
I could see them doing that.
Yeah. So what would be Mario, Luigi, Peach, Toad, Donkey
And
Kong,
Bowser.
or Bowser?
Mm-hmm.
I guess would probably make more sense. I maybe Toad doesn't show up because, well, Toad's not really in Mario Kart though. Peach is. You could do without Peach. Although
I mean,
I do
Toad
like.
is.
Is he in Mario Kart? No, he's not. Yeah, he
Yeah.
is. You're right.
Yeah,
You're right. He is. Okay,
Toad's my main.
you could cross Toad out. Look, I always use Rosalina and I never look back. So, uh, but what I think they should do. What I like about Birdo and Yoshi and Link is that they have the drop down menu where you can
Mm-hmm.
choose which version you want, and I really like that. I wonder. I hope whatever Mario Kart is next after this, I hope they just add that to everything because it's really nice. Man, Mario Kart 8's so good though.
Hmm.
So good. 50cc a little slow, I have to admit, but so good. Mario Kart 8 is a wonderful game. Everybody should own it.
Seems like
I
everybody
really
does.
think we was discussing about Mario, like the Mario game for their next console. I really think it is going to be Mario Kart 9. I think 9 is going to be for the next system, and
Oh yeah.
then later on it's going to be the platformer. Because I think because it works so well for
Mhm,
Switch.
mhm.
Um, that Kart came out, and then Odyssey came out a few months later. Um, I could see that happening with 9, and then their next Mario 3D platformer or 2D platformer.
Yeah, I think.
Definitely.
Yeah, yeah. I think Mario Kart as they got to get their online stuff situated though, because like that could be just like a forever thing. Mario Kart could be a forever game. Smash
Mm-hmm.
could be a forever game. Obviously, Animal Crossing is kind of like one of their forever games. Which, by the way, speaking of Animal Crossing, also been playing Disney Dreamlight Valley. I haven't played it in like a week, so I'm a little behind. But they added Lion King, and they're having their third kind of major event right now, and it's all Disney parks themed. So I can add the
Ooh.
Dumbo ride to my valley if I complete the stuff. I'm already on page 2 of the whatever they're calling the Dreamlight Pass or whatever it's called. I
Mm-hmm.
forget what it's Star Path Pass is what it's called. And they've got all kinds of cool things in there. I'm already on page 2 and there's 38 days left in the pass, so we're going to grind away, as they say. If not, I'll just spend the $20 and finish the pass and get all the cool stuff. Because they have little known fact about me is that my favorite Disney character is Figment, the little purple dragon from Epcot. And they have an Epcot poster that you can unlock. They have an Epcot kind of topiary that you can put outside your house. And they
Mm-hmm.
have an Epcot kind of sticker thing for your wall. So quite excited.
Figman or
Figment.
Figment? Figment. Okay,
Figment,
Figment.
yes. Like figment of your imagination, but
gotcha. I was
which
like,
makes
"What's
sense.
Figman?"
Yeah, he's cool. Also, fun fact about Figment, Seth Rogen is doing a Figment movie for Disney when he's done with Ninja Turtles, so also very excited about that because Figment's never had a movie or show. He's had a comic book run. Very cool. Hope
He's appearing in a lot of movies or
he
producing a lot of
has
movies.
Seth Rogen?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you meant Figment. I'm like,
Mm.
I would have known about that. Uh, he's in a couple movies though. There's a painting of him in Inside Out. He's also in there's something in Wreck-It Ralph also with Figment. So he's been around, but he's never been like in the movie.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Just just like him being active doing like kid stuff.
Hmm.
Kind of
They
like
they
very
better
interesting.
This movie better be the Dreamfinder Imagination Land kind of movie and not the Imagination Laboratory that's in Disney World right now because like they focus on stuff from the 90s like I don't know, Honey I Shrunk the Kids and Flubber, you know.
Ooh.
And obviously RIP Robin Williams, but like nobody kind of wants and obviously like what's his face, Rick Moranis isn't really doing a lot anymore, right? I think he came back for Ghostbusters, but he's not like doing a lot. So
Yeah. I know he said that he was trying to get back into acting and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. So that's enough. That's enough for me though. That's what I've been playing. Sorry, I
Okay.
took a long tangent path, but that's how the show goes. So
Okay.
I learned a ton, so I'm all for that.
yeah, Figment's the
Well,
best.
so I kind of just started playing a little bit of Streets of Rage 4 on Switch, just because they had an update for it, and I did one of the updates, and just enjoying that a little bit. I actually picked up 4 games for Series X because they have a good sale.
Ooh.
Um, I got Hollow Knight Void Heart Edition for $7.49, Persona 4 Golden for $15.99, As Dust Falls for $9.89, and then Control Ultimate Edition Xbox Series X/S for $11.99.
Hmm.
Uh,
Nice.
and that the Control for Series X has both DLCs too.
Yeah.
So for only $12 when it came out was like $70, I think, and you could have upgraded the Xbox One version. Yeah, I just like got it digitally just for cheap. Be like, I'd rather play. I want to see how this version runs. And since it got the DLC and everything, I could just replay that whole game because I'll definitely know what I'll be doing, what to do, and everything. And then just go through both DLC and see how that had how Alan Wake plays a part in it because I never did the DLC for Control. But there was some good deals that I just didn't expect. I'm like, as Dust Falls for $10. I'm like, I know this game got not really good rating reviews and stuff, but I'm like, I'll give it a try. So I'm like, I did that.
Yeah.
And then I started up Road 96 on Xbox. So I'm making my way through that game. I think I'm almost halfway done with it. And it's okay. It's not the end all be all of walking simulators. But I just gotta play a little bit more of it. So I'm gonna be doing that. I'm probably gonna end up finishing that like on my birthday and stuff. And like I said, watching the Mario movie. Uh, man, after watching the Mario movie, I was just like, I really want to play some Mario games, but I just don't know which one I want to start with. I kind of want to start. Kind of want to do the NES ones and play all of those. Because then people started bringing up Super Mario Brothers 3 when Donkey Kong was like I think in one of the kingdoms. I think it was the fourth or fifth kingdom he's in after you beat the airship uh, for it. But
That's a series I think I would like to do for one of the Let's Play series we're talking about doing. Is Mario, do all the mainline Mario games.
mm-hmm.
We'll see though. I think we should do that though, Ed.
Yeah, we should, because I know definitely all of them. See, 1, 2, 3, Lost Levels, World, Yoshi's Island. I don't think it's Yoshi
It would
Island.
be
No, Yoshi Island 64 isn't on.
no, I it's it for me it would be like maybe we would start like an episode 0 of like actually playing the original Mario Brothers.
Oh yeah,
and then
I was
like
just
and
I
then
was
like
just
do
thinking.
I don't know if Lost Levels would count either, honestly. Like I think we could do like talk about it a little bit, but I
Mm,
don't think we need to do a playthrough. Unless you're like severely confident that we could beat it, but I'm not.
yeah, Lost Levels. I will before we even play that. I literally probably would have to um replay it on my own just to remember the levels because I never played the actual NES version, even though it is on Switch Online. I never played that one. I played the Super
Super
Mario
Nintendo.
All Star Collection
Mhm.
for it.
Yeah.
Which that's why I wonder, should we do that one or the regular NES ones?
I
Okay,
mean,
Yoshi's
I would.
Story
I
is
mean,
on it.
I've actually been playing a little bit of the of Mario 3 on Game Boy Advance, which I think is the best version. So,
And see, I've never played that one on Game Boy.
it's great.
Uh,
It's
so
great. Highly recommended. So,
I'll probably give that
I
one a
feel like we've
try.
gone on a lot of tangents this episode.
Yeah. But
No, we're like you guys should really be playing Six Golden Coins, the true masterpiece gem.
oh, I love Six Golden Coins. I played that game daily. I
I've never
love
played it.
that game.
Really, you are missing out.
Yeah.
It's like God tier level Mario.
That's what I hear.
Great music, great level
Yeah.
design, just like
Okay, so
it's so
so
good.
do those count? Like, do those count? And obviously, there's certain ones we can't play, like the 3DS ones, because we don't have 3DS capture cards. Although I could probably get one.
Yeah, I would say
But
those count. They're not sequel at like the Mario older Mario games, but I think once after Yoshi's Island, they stopped being sequel games. They just started being
yeah,
stuff on their own.
right. Well, we
Uh,
have to play Yoshi's Island because it's literally called Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island, so we have to play
right.
it. It says Super Mario World in the title, and then we go what 64.
We go
Sunshine
64.
Galaxy 2, and then we would
Mm.
do what? I mean, would do the new Super
S-
Mario Brothers games count? Like, is the like I don't know.
So we would have to, if we're not doing it in handhelds, after we do
Great podcasting, by
Galaxy,
the way.
after we do Galaxy 2, it would be New Super Mario Brothers Wii, um,
And then
New Super
Wii
Mario
U,
Brothers Wii U. Then it should go to Mario 3D World. And then it should go to uh Super Mario Galaxy. I mean Super Mario Odyssey on Switch.
hmm
I think
yeah.
because
All
we're
right,
we're skipping 3D Land, we're skipping
we would have to skip the
Captain
DS.
Toad.
We would have to skip the DS games because there's no
Yeah,
way to capture those at the moment unless we use an emulator, and I don't really want to do that because I just don't feel
yeah.
like doing that.
But then I'm like that for right now. My thing would be probably just Mario Brothers 1 to 3, uh, and then because I don't want to do the warps. That's the thing about it. I would
Yeah,
want to
no,
go
no
through the
warps.
whole game.
No warp whistles. Should take about
Yeah.
4 or 5 hours to beat with no warp whistles. Game
Um.
Informer did it in did it in less than 4 hours. I think we could do it in 4.5 hours.
Yeah. I think the
So
longest platform game that I have ever played that I went straight through, I think it's Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for
Sonic 2,
me.
we should do that too. We should do the Sonic series.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's on NES. I love Sonic 2.
Sonic 1. I actually think Sonic 1's the best Sonic game of the
Uh,
classics, but that's just me. I'm a purist. I don't need Tails running behind me and floating in and, you know.
better level design and better music than one for me. Daniel, you the tiebreaker. What do you say? And I know you want to say Shining Force, but that's not part of the question.
No, Super Mario RPG.
Okay, so hear me out. Hear me out. We could do a Mario RPG playthrough of uh
Mario and Luigi.
well, yeah, but I mean we could do Super Mario RPG and then we could do like the Paper Mario series and then we could do maybe Mario and Luigi.
But Super Mario RPG needs to come out on Switch.
Is it
That's the
not
thing
out yet?
about it. No,
No,
Is it
Square
not
no.
on
Square Nintendo have
what?
not put it on. Yeah, it's
That seems
only
like a miss.
it's
I have
only
it on Wii
paper.
U though. I have it on Wii
How?
U. What do you mean how?
They've never brought it out.
On Wii U?
Yeah,
Maybe, I mean, maybe it's part of my Wii Virtual Console set then, because I have it. Also, I have it on the NES Classic or the Super Nintendo Classic. So
that's probably it then. If it's on there because I don't even think it came to Wii.
it did. I
Mhm.
have it.
Hmm.
It was one of the first Super Nintendo games I bought on the Wii because I never played it. And guess who still has never played it? Even though that was like the first game on my list.
Oh wow.
You have to
Shocker.
play it for like the if for no other reason at all that there's like this weird like after the game ends like Final Fantasy boss thing that you get to fight, and there will never be enough recordings of that fight. So at the very least, do it to get
I
to
got
that.
to I got to that octopus in the ship. as a boss, and it just unfairly defeated me. And I'm like, I'm done with this game.
It's a pretty hard game, actually.
Oh, okay. Super Mario RPG was released on the Wii Virtual Console services 2008, making its debut in Europe and Australia, and later for the Wii U's Virtual Console in 2015. It was also included with the Super NES Classic Edition in 2017. Okay, so they did bring it out. Okay.
And it's not on Switch Online?
Mm-mm.
Really?
Cool.
Huh. Anyway, you should
Because I didn't know
play
that
that.
I'm actually
I
looking
somehow
right now
missed it.
because I'm curious.
I think I somehow missed it on Wii and Wii U, and I probably do have it on my consoles also. I definitely with our both me and Corey having the Super Nintendo Classic, um, and everything. I think I was more to that Earthbound came, and then Earthbound Beginners came. Uh,
And that
I
blows
think
my
I was
mind that it's not.
more into that.
That
Because
blows my
I would
mind
love to
that it is
I
not
would
on
love to
here.
play Super Mario RPG on Switch. For the rewind feature, definitely. So in case if that octopus boss want to act a fool, I could just rewind and start the whole battle again.
You'd
I
crush
bet
it.
after these pixel remasters for Final Fantasy, this game ends up coming out. So,
Hopefully so.
yeah.
But
I man, that shocks me. You're telling me Breath of Fire 1 and 2 are on this thing and not Super Mario RPG? What's wrong with
So strange.
I'm already mad at Capcom with Breath of Fire. I want Breath of Fire 3 on Switch so bad. I mean, I got 4 on PlayStation 4, but I'm like, I
I mean, the
want
stupid
3.
Star Fox 2 sequel is on here. Nobody cares about that. It was neat for the Super Nintendo Classic. Nobody cares about Star Fox. Sorry, everybody. Nobody really cares about Star Fox except for Star Fox
When we
64.
when we actually played that game, we were just like, they made a good decision not to release this game.
We did, yeah. Ed and I played it when it came out. There's a
Oh,
Let's Play
It
on the
really?
channel
was
somewhere.
it was ooh, that I'm sorry, Nintendo. That game was really some questionable content.
We need a remaster of that weird GameCube Star Fox game on the dinosaur planet. That's
Yeah,
what we
Star Fox
really,
Adventures. Let's
really
Oh
go.
need.
no, we do not need that at all.
It's the best Star Fox game.
It's the
uh,
only one I've played, and I'm not
uh,
sure I'd want a remaster of it, but
Yes, we do. We want it remastered. We want a sequel too. So
if
I'm
they're
not about to
remastering
do.
stuff,
I'm not about to do that dungeon with inverted controls. No.
yeah, let's fix the inverted controls. That's the hardest thing about going back to GameCube, besides like the right stick not being a camera, is like all the controls are inverted. Trying to play Luigi's Mansion with inverted controls is like, oh my gosh, I just want to like, I don't know, jump out on the highway and play in traffic or something because it's like, oh my gosh, this is awful.
It's goodness. But everybody, with that, it's time for Femi News. Corey,
Yeah.
take it away.
You guys can tell there's a lot of great news this week by us being an hour into the show and not talking about it. Speaking of things that are joining Nintendo Switch Online, Pokemon Stadium is joining. Nintendo has announced that the hit Nintendo 64 title Pokemon Stadium will release on April 12th, which is today on free feeds. Yay! Tomorrow on Patreon if you're listening. Pokemon Stadium is a battle minigame collection that originally released on February 29th, 2000 in North America. You won't be able to do any trading in the game, but you can play 4 players online. That kind of stinks. Like, I kind of thought like maybe you would be able to play like when Pokemon comes to the Game Boy thing, and they would somehow track your save from the Game Boy to the to Pokemon Stadium, and you could use your Pokemon from your save. But man, it's fine. Pokemon Stadium's fun. So I
I've
remember when
never played it.
it's. I mean,
really,
it's literally just 3D models of Pokemon fighting each other. I mean,
yeah, I
I
don't really have fond memories of it, other than
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that exists. Okay.
Yeah. I would say if you want to play a Pokemon fighting game, you should get Pokken Tournament, but that's just me personally.
Or
Poking.
Digimon.
I love that name, Poking.
Hmm. Yeah. So, look at that. Look at that news story, guys. Moving on.
Oh my goodness, I just had a thought. Poking
Oh.
in Unreal Engine 5 for the next Switch. I have a feeling that's going to happen after Tekken 8. I know Bandai Namco is just or give us Soul Calibur 2 remaster on Unreal Engine 5 for the next console for Switch and put Link in that mug.
guess we'll find out. Our next story is Xbox is blocking emulators in retail mode due to legal issues with Nintendo. This is just a rumor, although Xbox has kind of come out and denied that Nintendo has had any involvement, but the software being played on these, most of it is illegal, and so they are doing their best to block any kind of illegal function on the Xbox. Series S specifically is supposedly a great emulation machine. A lot of people are buying it specifically for an emulation machine. So yeah, I don't know. I've never downloaded an emulator on my Xbox. I'm not about to start now, but
Right.
you know, people are really trying to get those free games.
Seems like a lot of work. Like, I'm sure it probably isn't if that's your thing is kind of breaking these things to emulate other systems, but it just seems like a lot of work
Yeah,
compared to
Well,
like the other ways you could go about emulating stuff.
yeah,
well, it's when it comes to Nintendo on other platforms, like people trying to like play their games or like Sony had to take down a lot of people's level designs from Little Big Planet because they were making Mario levels. And so Sony had to go in and shut that all down. Like, and we're just like, yeah, you guys can make levels, but you can't actually make levels that's already been made, especially from when it's copyright material.
Mm-hmm.
You know, uh, but they didn't say nothing when people was making like Contra levels and stuff like that. But Nintendo stuff, it was just like we're not even about to touch them. Just shut it down.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's fine. I don't care. I'll just buy my games or play them when they come to Switch Online. I don't have the time or capacity to deal with any of this anymore. So our third news story, everybody. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga collection has hit a major milestone. Konami has announced that the Cowabunga collection has sold over 1 million copies across all platforms. They're also adding online co-op to the NES games. Originally, it was just the third game, but now it seems like they're adding online support for all of the NES games, which is great because uh, Mutants in Manhattan is actually pretty underrated, I think, and a pretty underrated sequel to the arcade game itself. And playing that co-op could be really, really fun. So,
Yeah,
man, or the Cowabunga collection, what a great package of games, by the way. Ugh.
is certain time online or is that
The
just
the arcade version is. I don't know about the Super Nintendo version.
that's what I want. I want the Super Nintendo one to go online because I'm like,
That
cool.
was the weird thing about the Cowabunga collection is like certain games, like the arcade game and the Genesis games or the Genesis games were online, but something
Mm-hmm.
about the Nintendo games were not. And it seems like they're slowly adding that to them. So
Right.
I'm
Okay.
loading it up right now. I want to see. I'm interested.
I
Because
feel
I
like
would
I'm
love to
slowly
like
getting like
do like be like Corey or Lamont or whoever. Like let's hop on Turtles collection. Let's play the Super Nintendo version online.
Yeah.
Because
I feel like I'm
that game is really fun with two players.
Man,
slowly
shut up.
getting
Daniel's
pushed
trying to
into
say
having to.
something.
Oh, go ahead, Daniel. Sorry.
No, no. I feel like I'm like continually like pushed to buy this thing. Like everyone I talk to in that same age bracket as myself is playing this and telling me it's like the best thing that's ever happened to gaming, that it's just like maybe I
Well,
finally need to bite the bullet.
Have you ever played any of them?
No, I didn't really grow up with Ninja Turtles as like one of the shows and things I would watch, so it doesn't
well,
Ah,
have that
well.
okay.
How old are
nostalgia
you?
for me. I'm 31.
Yeah, you probably just missed it. I think people are moving more towards into like Power Rangers, probably, and
Yep.
like
If it's 90s, um,
let's see. I want to
no,
say,
no, Turtles was still
hmm,
popular in the 90s because they
yeah,
moved
but they
it.
were going. It was. I would say
I think after the third
92,
movie,
93 ish. They started going. Yeah, that third movie was kind of like the end of Turtles,
the end
right?
of
Like,
it, yeah, because
and
I'm like, let's see, Turtles in Time, Tournament Fighters, the third movie, and then that was it because they had moved Turtles to CBS. I
yeah.
remember,
Well, then
and
it
I
went to
think
Fox
that
Kids, right? Like that was the big thing too when the new series came out. Moved to what
oh
was
yeah,
it?
when the
Fox
new
Kids?
series came out, yeah, it went to
Yeah,
Fox Kids.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the online versions of the games that are on the Cowabunga collection are the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game, the arcade version of Turtles in Time, the Super Nintendo version of Turtles in Time, the Super
Hmm.
Nintendo version of Tournament Fighters, Hyperstone Heist, which is the Genesis game, and then the NES version of Turtles 3. Those are all the online games. So it's cool because
Okay.
they have like a separate thing on here that's just online, which is
Hmm.
cool. And then
So
they're
then
all
Turtles the arcade game should be for the NES should be the one that should be online.
yeah. So man, look at these beautiful scans of these boxes. Oh, what a great collection this is, man. Like if you like digital Eclipse, man, between like this and obviously the Atari collection was pretty cool, and
Hmm.
they did such a good job, such a great job. Shout out,
What I did do after our last episode was I downloaded the Last Ronin comic book to read while I'm on
yeah,
vacation.
yeah,
So like
attaboy.
I am evolving into
Oh man,
turtle fandom,
last
I guess.
man, if you're starting with the last Ronin, it's pretty downhill from there. That's it's like it's the best. I would say the last Ronin is probably the best. Well, I guess the current run of IDW comics is actually pretty good. If you start with issue 1, they also introduce. There's actually 6 turtles now, so
They
Ooh.
found more painters.
well, they reintroduced Venus de Milo from the awful Next Mutation show, but she has a
Oh
different
wow.
backstory and she's actually pretty cool. And then I always forget the other
Venus.
turtle. Uh, Hold on, let me
It's
see.
probably sad that I know more about that painting than I do about Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. So Jenny is the other female turtle. She's the major character right now. Well, not right now. I'm really behind on the comics.
Jenny?
Yeah. Well, the origin, her name is Janika, and she wears the yellow
Ugh,
mask, and she's a human woman who was trapped and caught in the ooze, and she turned into a turtle. uh she
hate it when
is
that
actually
happens.
well, she was a member of the Foot Clan, and then she kind of fell into the ooze, and she also there's like a relationship between her and Casey Jones at one point, and uh it's kind of weird, but also she's pretty cool because she has like these Wolverine like claws, and she can use multiple weapons. She's cool. I think she's a great addition, unlike Venus from the awful the awful uh they tried to do a live action show after the third movie called The Next Mutation, where they were fighting the Red Dragons, but also the Red Dragons were just a bunch of like, I don't know, think of early 2000s like punk rock bands, and that's the Red Dragons. Basically, yeah. and she was like the female turtle they introduced, and it was not great. One of the concepts they
Yet probably,
introduced,
but probably better than that musical Out of Our Shells. Ugh,
yeah,
goodness, that nightmare of a show.
yeah, and then like there's some sort of run. I don't remember if it was the comics or if I don't know really how this incarnation came up, but she was like an alien creature that they kind of Frankensteined into a turtle, and like I don't know, but like in the most recent kind of I don't know, I think she's kind of had some sort of redemption arc recently. I think in like 2021 or 2022 they kind of brought her into the fold, and now there's 6 turtles, and I don't know, I think they've done a pretty decent job at this point bringing them both in. It was funny because like when they actually introduced her the first time, is when one of the creators, what's his name? Which I don't remember which one it was. I think Peter Laird came out and kind of said that Turtles was creatively bankrupt when they added a female turtle, which is like probably not something you should say today.
Oh,
I just Googled the Venus de Milo turtle,
Oh, you
and
got the live action version of the portrait,
it's
didn't you?
pretty gnarly looking.
Yeah, that whole show is pretty gnarly looking. It's on Netflix if you want to really. There was a cool crossover episode though with the Power Rangers, so
oh,
I
I
will give
cannot
them
wait for
credit for
that
that.
movie this month.
Oh yeah, the Power Rangers movie comes out. I forgot.
Can't wait to watch that.
Mm. Anyways, that's the Ninja Turtles bit for the show. For the show. Man, dude, Ninja Turtles is just. I love Ninja Turtles,
It's
and
becoming its own segment on the show.
yeah, pretty much. Let's just have a
Turtle Block.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I need to get back into the comics though, because that run was pretty good. And um, anyways, have fun reading The Last Ronin. It's dark, so hope you have your big boy pants on because it's dark.
Mhm.
They're writing a sequel
Oh,
to The
to the
Last
comic.
Ronin. Yeah, I'm like, just leave it alone. No, it's
The
fine.
second to last Ronin.
Yeah,
We
uh,
found another one.
yeah, yeah,
So
The Last Ronin +1.
it's like in
Right.
Star Wars, how all the Jedi die, but now there's like 17 different stories about different Jedis that have survived the Order
Yeah,
66.
yeah. Well, Disney's got to make money and new lightsaber styles and
Yep,
toys. It's
games, everything.
yeah, yeah. So, man, did you all that stuff announced at D23 or not at Star Wars Celebration this weekend was like, whew, there's a lot. There's a lot coming, guys. I'm just gonna prepare you. Okay, there's a new sequel trilogy supposedly coming where Rey's rebuilding the Jedi
Jedi.
Order, which didn't they already try that with Luke? And that's the one that nobody liked. Although I like the sequels. I know they're not great, but I like them. And
Me
I
too.
also know that I'm not the person to point at and say Star Wars fan, but whatever. I
I do
like
need
them.
to watch the last one
Yeah.
that came out for Star Wars.
I did like Andor. Andor is really good.
That I haven't seen yet.
Yeah,
That's the one thing I haven't seen
it's pretty good. It's
so far.
it's really good. If you like Rogue One, you're gonna love Andor.
Hmm.
So what were we talking about? Oh, okay. Pack Watch. We're just gonna move on because if we start talking, then I'm gonna. Your Amazon order has shipped. Thank you, Amazon.
Congrats.
I got a notification. I hate. Your order will be here between 4 and 8 a.m. on Easter. I thought this thing said it was coming on Tuesday, and now it's coming tomorrow. It's Easter, guys. Come on.
Right.
Celebrate the win.
All right, Pack Watch. This week you're going to get on 4/13 Cannon Dancer Osman. Osman?
Mhm.
Whatever, it's all the same.
Possibly.
Set in the near future of the 21st century, the world is controlled by a single corrupt government and under the threat of an evil sorceress, Abdullah the Slaver. Man. Luckily, a lone assassin and top class agent named Kieran offers his skills as weapons for hire. Kieran must infiltrate the city to defeat several enemies, panic and terror, but once inside the cult's main temple, he gets attacked by the police force and left to die. Only thanks to his inner strength can he break free from his chained imprisonment and start moving with a single goal in mind: getting revenge on Jack Lazen, the judicial affairs director that hired him initially. But this is far from enough. 3 other members of the Techie want him dead. Tekai probably more likely.
Mhm.
Wants him dead for personal reasons.
So, Corey, before you move on, to let everybody know, this was supposed to be Strider 2. This was supposed to be the spiritual successor to Strider.
Oh,
Um,
great.
yeah, so it was an arcade game that came out in Japan, but never came here. And it's $29.99. And this is Capcom, so just to let everybody know that.
Oh,
This
it's
is
a
the
Capcom
first time
game?
the game. Yeah, this is the first time that this game is going to be released in America. Because somehow, Sega got Strider 2, but it was done by I think US Gold or something like that. Um, it's
Interesting.
that thing is a all weird history. When it comes to Strider. So this one is like the spiritual successor, even though it really was supposed to be Strider 2. Because I think they said it's one of the. I think this game was supposed to uh take the Strider franchise into another story, like another direction.
Hmm. Interesting. All right. The next game coming out on the 13th is Castle of Shikigami 2. This game is a bullet hell shooter that first appeared in arcades in 2003 and was later ported to home video game consoles. 20 years have passed since the arcade version was released, and this new version of the game features new entry mode and dramatic change mode, as well as arcade mode.
So to let everybody know, this game is a visual novel with retro vertical shooting, arcade shooting. So it's like a 2D ship kind of shooting game, like Ikaru or something like that.
Interesting. On the 14th, which I think a lot of people are looking forward to, is Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection. The Battle Network is back. Get ready to jack into the net to face off against deadly enemy programs in electrifying grid-based battles, and search the net for rare and powerful battle chips to build the ultimate deck of special moves. In 20X, the rapid advancement of internet technology has created the network age. People have come to enjoy the benefits of network technology through portable exploration devices called PET and personality simulation programs called NetNavi. As the network world expands and life becomes more convenient, however, network crime is raging. Main character Lan Hikari and his net Navi Megaman.exe join forces to confront these incidents. Cool. Neat. So anybody picking these up? Anybody picking any of these up?
Mega Man Battle Network. I do plan on getting, but just not at this time. And I'll probably pick up Shigigami too. But yeah, just add a little bit later at this time. Canon, that one, the Capcom one, I'm skipping until like a sale goes on because I'm not paying $30 for an arcade game. Sorry, Capcom.
Mhm.
Yeah, the Mega Man one is the one that sticks out to me too. I don't think I'll get it. Certainly not right off, but ultimate deck of special moves sounds intriguing in some ways, but the good and the bad of like deck battling games is it's so hard to hit.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, I agree with you. So
It's like
yeah, I
it'll
don't.
either be amazing or trash.
Yeah. Um, I
There's
don't
no
know. I don't know if I'll be getting any of these. I mean, Mega Man Battle Network probably at some point just to have, and I've always wanted to play those games at some point, but
Yeah, same here. I never got to play them.
those games are on sale like all the time, and I just like if this collection is what $30, I think is what it is.
I
Yeah,
think
like
so.
I bet it's gonna be $15 at some point down the road. Then I'll just get it then because I'm not that big of a Mega Man fan. I mean, I like the concept. I've just never like been about trying to, you know. So we'll try it at some point. Is where I'm going with that. Game Fact Advance, everybody. As people are going to go watch the animated Mario Brothers movie, a lot of people have been discussing video game movies and shows. One particular show many may not remember was Nickelodeon Arcade, or Nick Arcade for short, created by James Bethia and Kareem Matef. The show first aired on January 4th, 1992, and was hosted by Phil Moore. Phil Moore. It had 2 seasons, 84 episodes, and ended on November 6, 1992. It was a mix of pop quizzes and contestants can play some arcade games for bonus points. You didn't want to talk about Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo playing Mario in the original Mario
Mm-mm.
Brothers movie?
No.
Did you see John Leguizamo say he wasn't going to see the Mario movie because it didn't have any Latino actors in it?
No, I did not see that.
Yeah, I think he's just sour because he openly said he wanted to play Luigi again, but they didn't cast him. I think he's a little bit sour for that, and I don't know. That's my opinion. I don't know if that's a right opinion or not, but it is what it is. And I said what I said.
Right.
So, all right, Ed, I'm throwing it back to you.
All right. Now, normally we would have questions for question block, but we're going to save them for next time. Only reason everybody is that Daniel and Corey haven't seen the Mario movie, and a lot of questions that was asked to us pertains to the Mario movie. So we're going to save them for next week. And we will answer those questions next week. But you guys can continue to send them in on our Discord, and follow us at Pow Block Podcast on Twitter, and you can send your questions there.
Yeah.
So with that, everybody, we're gonna kind of wrap up the show. Hopefully everybody did have a great Easter. Like I said, we know that like we'll probably be seeing more Tears of the Kingdom stuff come in. We'll probably have a discussion about the reviews of Mario, why the audience think that the critics are wrong, and why some of the critics think that the audience is wrong. We'll probably be talking about that in the future expansion pass, so you guys will be able to check that out, because Rotten Tomatoes, it's just like, whoa, it's like it's up and down, and everybody that I've seen who went to go see the movie loved it and everything, and going back for a second or third time. And then I know there was a headline for someone calling it like they haven't evolved since the Game Boy or something. I'm like,
oh yeah, I saw that.
what the world?
Too.
Yeah, so
I think it was someone. I think it was the Independent over in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. So, but with that, everybody, have a great week, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time on Nintendo Pow Block. Bye, everybody. Woohoo!
Bye.
Bye.
Nintendo Pow Block is a product of Boss Rush Media, LLC, and is recorded from our headquarters in Akron, Ohio. The show is hosted by me, Edward Varnell. My co-hosts are Corey Derrick and Cordy Yates. You can find Corey at IamCoreyNHD on Twitter and Instagram, as well as hosting the Boss Rush Podcast and Tower Casuals, the Destiny Podcast. You can find Cordy at Cordy_Dice on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. You can find me at That Richard Cole on Twitter and Instagram. Follow Nintendo Pow Block on all social media platforms at Pow Block Podcast. You can also follow Boss Rush Media and Boss Rush Network on all major social media platforms. Join the Boss Rush Network Discord and Facebook groups to interact with other friends and fans. Visit bossrush.net for more great content and patreon.com/bossrushmedia to learn how you can support this show. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.